still hear you out here, hard drive. You're still smoking out here on the central coast of California. Motormouth Mall, Mobile.
I opened the door to that thing and had a radio that I wanted worked on. I just gonna say, man, I want you to see this radio I had, but just wanted you to look at it.
Yeah. Sounds like some scary stuff over there, hard drive.
Can you hear that guy talking?
Hey, hard drive. That sounds like some scary stuff you got over there, Brake.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
We used to have some scary stuff over here in Santa Maria way back when, but things are pretty nice around here now, the Brake. The radio is a Cobra 29 LX and Motormouth Mall modulator board. This is Motormouth Mall. Cobra 29 LX with a D104, a modulator, and live Professor audio, the Brake. Motormouth Mall, waving south of the border.
By the way, you're still making it. We're almost down to the...
Yeah, I get bits and pieces of it, but I don't get all of it there. I don't understand Spanish, unfortunately, so I'll say 7-3s to you, but have a good day. Motormouth Mall, Mobile, getting on down. Yeah, my Spanish isn't so good there, hard drive. I hear a lot of stuff up here, but I don't, I get bits and pieces of it. I know, when they're saying bad things, and I know little bits and pieces, but I don't do real good with the Spanish to Brake.
188 Central, Arizona, Alaska.
I hear you hard driving. I hear the guy you're talking to there, Brake. I'm in the Mobile. I'm out here on a 4-pill Mobile. I'm not on the base there, Brake. It's just a 4-pill Mobile, nothing big. I don't have any, no heavy artillery in the wire, no big base antenna, nothing like that. I'm just sitting here in the winky squinky Mobile here, Brake. Yeah, I don't know what handheld D104s are worth, but that's all I'm using is a handheld D104 into the modulator with Live Professor and the Cobra 29 LX and a 4-pill. I mean, it's a super simple combination, but sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot, It just takes doing it right, as we both speak of many, many times. And, no clipped limiters, no overmodulation, no splatter, no spurious harmonics. Just put everything where it's supposed to be and let it be there, Brake.
Hello, Motormouth Mall. Yeah, looky there. I'm back on the air. Woo, thank you, Lord. I was mud ducking this morning, but looks like we got her back up and running. A little technical difficulty, malfunction in the junction. But right there, right now, she's laying her down. Motormouth Mall, just trying to ease in your radio, say hello once again. Your log trucker in the corner, Brager.
Wow. Well, log trucker, I'll tell you what, I was surprised and almost scared when you keep down. I was like, holy cow. I heard this, and I was like, man, I got to turn my radio down over here or something. You're smoking. Yeah, you said you had some technical malfunction-y kind of a thing going on there, but I didn't know it. I mean, you sounded good this morning, but, man, you got a hammer down now, the break.
This morning, yeah, I was talking to you and Grandpa and Pirate and a few others down there, 458, and it kind of faded out. And I talked to a few of them there in Nevada and Arizona, and it kind of faded out. And I came back in here, and I thought, man, that needle just laying there on zero, no nothing. And went to the ground plane. Boom, my radio was all full of. I think who was in there? I think Machete was in there, a couple others, and I go back to my beam and nothing. Gotta check this out. Well, I got a barrel connector out there. I got another piece of Heliax I got to get over to Pat's there and get the ends put on it for me. I've never done that, so Pat's knows how to do it, so I'm going to take it over there. So I took that all apart, and, well, first I checked the standing wave was up there about a 3, and normally I'm right where I am now, like 0.5 to 1, you know, so I took that all apart, yeah, a little bit of rusty in there, and took that. I come back in, still checked it. I had a bad connector in here, so I took that, I cut that off, resoldered a new one up there, and bing, bang, slam. I'm back on the air. Makes me feel good now.
Well, I sure am glad you found all those weak links there. Man, oh man, that's crazy. Well, you know, sometimes they say when it rains, it pours. You find multiple problems all at once, I guess, and you know, it takes one to cause the final, what do they call it, the straw that breaks the camel's back, and then once you go to take a look at that, you start finding the other things that have worn out and aged and whatever else happened to them along the way, you know. But I'm glad you got that all squared away there, Break. You sure sound good, and it's 10 a.m. straight. You still working the Henry 4K there, Break, or what you running? What old vintage toy are you running now?
Oh, yeah, I still got the old Henry going. She's a perking right along there. Just a whole lot of swing. I should have had an inclination that something was wrong because I noticed it wasn't, I didn't have the big swing like I normally had. I never run much of a carrier. I like to get a little swing going in there. I like to have a little swing in my thing. I should have known something was haywire when I noticed that. So, yeah, she's low key and swinging. What have I got? I got my 1,000-watt slug in there, and I have to go to the 2 times multiplier of my bird. It's still hanging over again the peg there. So, yeah, it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, Roger. Roger, very cool. No, it sure sounds good, man. It's clean, clear, lots of headroom. Just a whole big bodacious full of, the cab full of your audio right here. So you got it all dialed in, that's for sure. Man, it sounds good. I hope this Mobile sounds half as good over there at your place, there, Brick.
Yeah, one of these days I gotta get this old 2995 to a good tech. I've never, it's just bone stock. I'm sure it could probably use a little more audio out there because I still got the factory seals on it. Nobody's ever been inside this radio since it was new. So one of these days I'll get it to the right technician and get everything kind of tweaked and maximized out. I don't run a power mic, so I know the audio is probably a little low. I just run this stock static 636L mic on it, hand mic's all I'm running on it, so I know it could probably use a little more audio. I don't know. I've never heard it, so people say it sounds good, so I just leave it the way it is.
Oh yeah, no, it sounds good. It's clear, it's clean, it's loud enough. I mean, I'll tell you what, you're relatively a whole lot louder than most everybody else I hear out there. So yeah, it's definitely working for you. I don't think you got to change too awful much. Not at all, man. I mean, the only thing I would do to that, Ray, I'd leave it all stock just like it is, and just lift that little card in the back out, move it over one finger, and then solder a modulator onto it, and just run that for some alternative audio for a little bit. But I'd leave that radio bone stock. I'd leave it just like it is, man. I wouldn't change a thing on there, man. It's bodacious, and it certainly drives the box real nice. You know, your pre-driver, and well, it probably drives that thing directly. I guess 20 to 95 is a 80 or 100 watt peak output or something like that. But yeah, it works good, man. It's perfect. No pain, no strain. I wouldn't change a thing.
Well, it pretty much works the way I like. I don't, 30 watts, that's what I'm running on the radio. That's what I drive everything with, either my Henrys or my L80B or whatever I'm running in line. I just run 30 watts. Dead key, and it swings right at 100, 95 to 100, and that, from what I see on the other end, just works that way as a perfect driver. So that's the way I like to roll. Low dead key, low drive, and just let everything swing and do its thing.
Yep, that's how to do it. All right. You know, you could push it to its maximum full carrier and have no forward modulation whatsoever, no positive envelope growth whatsoever, and you could gain on a dead key with useless audio, maybe an S unit. But you can leave it where it's at, and you can let that audio rip on through, man, and let it do its thing, and that's what it's doing. It's definitely doing a beautiful job over here. Envelope growth. It's all about envelope growth, and you know, reasonable bandwidth, and yeah, you got it going on. I don't know why I don't hear anybody else out there on your neck of the woods. You're like the only one out there with the radio turned on. I think they're break.
There's a few of them on the bowl. I was down a little bit ago. Buzzard, he's in there, and I think 711 was in there. I can't hear him on the side of my beam, but I heard somebody calling his name, so he must have been in there too. But there's a few of them on the bowl down there, so I thought, well, just dial up here real quick and see if I can catch you or Grandpa or a few other ones down there. Pirate, he was down there on the bowl too, down there on the border. Got him in there. And Junkman was in there running one of my dream machines. I had one for a while, belonged to a friend of mine. He took it back home, and I knew there's one up here. Pat stirred me on to it. I went and looked at it, and I didn't snatch the doggone thing up and let it get away, and it was one of the Johnson Viking 500s, a chrome case one too. You know, they only made like, I think they made a total of them 500s. I think they only made like 263, 283 of them. I think only like 38 or something on them was the chrome case ones. I let that thing get away from me. I kicked myself for not snatching that up, but I love that transmitter. That's a hell of a transmitter, that Viking 500.
Yeah, Roger. I made 880 of them, I believe. And I didn't know they made any chrome top ones, but yeah, they made 880 of the Viking 500s. They are quite rare these days. I had two of them, and I gave one to a friend of mine, just the RF deck. I have the power supply and 2 RF decks, so I gave him an RF deck. He still has it, and one of these days he's going to build a power supply for it, solid-state supply with Victoroid transformers. And I have the other one, and I've got the power supply, and the only thing that's wrong with it is there's a modulation transformer issue. So I got to hunt down a replacement. It may not be EFJ, but it might be something else. Anyway, I got to hunt down a replacement modulation transformer. I'd like to do a wideband hi-fi, big old heavy externally mounted modulation transformer. You know, I just leave the one that's in there right where it is and run the output to an externally mounted transformer. I've got a big I got a big old plate transformer, oil-filled plate, not plate, the modulation transformer from a Harris 5K transmitter. And it probably worked just fine. And it's about 2 feet tall, though, and pretty heavy. But anyway, I'd like to do something like that with it. But yeah, I've got the Viking 500. I have 2 Viking Valiants, a Viking Ranger, and I think I have a couple, they don't count, but I think I have a couple little Viking 23-channel mobile radios of some sort, too, I think. I used to have a Johnson Blackface. I don't know what happened. I haven't seen it in a long, long time. I don't know where it went. But yeah, the 500s are nice. They're worth, even in not perfect condition, they're worth about $3,500. In mint condition, they're worth about $4,500. And had I known that before I parted with the RF deck, I wouldn't have even parted with the RF deck, but it was good at the time. So, and it's still good. It's still in a good home, so it's all good.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to the old Johnsons. I like them. Yeah, I got a Viking Ranger sitting here that's been, let's see, Alan. I think Alan was his name up there in Spokane, Post Falls, Idaho. He went completely through this thing, restored it, one end to the other. And it's got the factory brown, like the brake paint on it, you know. It's baked on, not just rattle canned on. He did a beautiful job on it. It's a 9 out of 10. And I had a Viking Valiant 2, the last one they built there, the brushed aluminum front on it. I just got tired of packing that junk around when I got out of the radio for a while and gave that thing away. I wish they still had that.
Oh, wow, yeah, that would have been kind of cool to keep. Oh, what other boat anchors do I have? I've got a DX100. I've got a, my worst story was, I went down to Pep Boys in Santa Monica one day, and across from Pep Boys is a run-down old-looking house with a ratty old unused beam antenna up on top, and I had just recently got my ham radio license way back then, 1986, 7, somewhere around there. And I was all hot to try to get me a big transmitter, so I stopped at this guy's house and I asked him. I said, "Hey, you have any radio equipment for sale?" "Oh, you got a license?" And yeah, I did. And this guy's already like 90 years old. And he, "Well, come on over here. I'll show you what I got." And we walked up these rickety old stairs into the attic, and there sat a Collins KWS-1, and I already had a 75A4 receiver I got from Malibu Chuck in Malibu, and I should never, ever, ever, ever have parted with that, but I let it go too. Anyway, so I got this thing for $100, and I hauled it home, and as I started researching, and I really liked AM, as I started researching, I found out that it was low-level modulated. At the time, not knowing anything, I thought that meant something. Little did I know. Anyway, so I found a guy who kind of sort of told me what was going on with AM, and of course he was all hung up on plate modulation. So okay, fine. I take a look at that, and of course plate modulation doesn't mean diddly squat either. But I thought it did back in 1987 or 88 now at this time. So I traded the KWS-1 and the 75A4 receiver for a Johnson Viking Valiant, which I still have today, and $400 cash, thinking that I got a deal. And I got more money in my pocket, and I got a radio. Then, not too long afterwards, I realized what I had, what I should ever have let it go for. Anyway, it's kind of like the old Dodge Polara 500 I had with the factory aluminum front end and factory high-performance 383 and the push-button tranny and all the factory goodies, one of 7,200 made. I let it go, too. Oh, well, hindsight's 20/20 there, Brake.
Yep, I know that's right. Yeah, I had a set of Collins, too. I had the 73 A receiver and the transmitter. What was that? Oh, they were 1939 vintage, but they worked. And the same with them. I just got tired of packing them around, that Johnson and everything else, and I gave them things away. I sold that set of Collins for $400. Little did I know that when I got back into things, here, and got to seeing that them things were going for $1,500 a piece, I thought, wow, you dummy, you gave them away, didn't you?
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Hey, log trucker, I'm glad I'm not the only one there, Brake.
Yeah. Them Collins, they weren't as healthy output-wise as the Johnson transmitters, but hey, man, I tell you what, 90 watts out of that Collins, boy, it was, that 100% plate grid modulated, you just couldn't beat them.
Yeah, man, they're good transmitters, man, beautiful transmitters. I know the KW1s and a bunch of others are just absolute works of art, I still have the Collins R390A receiver, and I have one made by two of them. Anyway, R390As are nice. It's as good, well, it's better than the 75A4, but I still wish I had the old 75A4. But, oh well, that's the way it goes from time to time.
Yeah, I had National NC300A. I used to run with that Viking Valiant too, and got rid of that thing. I was going to get a 390A to run with my Johnson Ranger here, and then Pat, old Doc, he turned me on to this receiver guy I had locally right here. Beautiful setup, just it's small. It matches this Ranger perfect. It's a National HRO50. I got the speaker that came with it. I got, I think I got 6 or 7 modules. They got the plug-in module. And those things were going for like $75 a piece of modules. But this is the same thing. It's like a 9 out of 10. It matches this little Ranger perfect. Nice little setup. And I got that from a guy locally right here with all the speaker, the receiver, and all the modules for $400.
Roger. I've got one of those too. I've got the HRO50 with all the modules, and it's a mint piece of equipment. I got it from Norwood Patterson. He was a gentleman that used to N6RYX, I believe was his call. Anyway, he did type FCC acceptance work for Henry Radio and a bunch of other people. And anyway, he passed away. And before he passed away, he gave me the HRO50 and all of the modules. He also owed us some money, and so he owed my boss some money at the time, and he owed me some money. And so he left each of us something, and what he left for me was a storage locker. And in that storage locker was the original 3CX800 amp that Henry sold way back when. That was the prototype that all the measurements were taken, all the proofs and everything were taken from for the FCC to get a type accepted. And also I've got the manual, the book that he did with all the files and all the spectrum analyzer pictures and all the documentation and everything for it. and that's my driver right now. That's what I've been using for a driver for the 3CX 20,000, you know. So I'm under driving the 20, but I'm going to rectify that real soon. I've been in contact with somebody to situate that a little bit differently. But anyway, yeah, I got that and a bunch of cylinder heads for a Continental engine, an aircraft engine, and some other goodies. Anyway, consoles and an Optimod and 9200 Optimod and a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, it was worthwhile. But yeah, I've got an HRO50. It's a great little receiver.
Wow, that was quite a score he gave you. Yeah, I did some research on that HRO50 before I bought it. I got into this museum website. I can't think of the guy's name. I think he's back in Ohio there or someplace. And there's quite a bit of reviews and literature and stuff on that HRO50. Like some guys have bought them just to take them apart and try and figure out how that dial works. You know, you got the readout on the scroll above, then you got the numbers that change on the dial. It's just amazing. People have tried to figure out how they engineered that dial like that.
Roger. Yeah, I like the turns, the counter, and the frequency display on the R390A. I like the way those work.
I've never read one of them.
Oh yeah, you got the big knob. You can ching for the bands, you know, and then you got the other knob, and it rotates the little gizmos. Anyway, it's a cool display.
Oh, they got the numbers on the little counter there in the window?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I think Pat had one at one time.
Yep, he sure did. He I don't know if he still has it or not, but yeah, he did have one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got some goodies over there. In fact, that's where my Henry 3K-A came from. Used to be Pat's.
Roger, yeah, I remember that. I remember when he used that one to drive he drove that into that 3CX 3000 he had, I believe.
Yep, that's what he used, driver. Yeah. Okay, John, I'm going to get out of here. We can sit here and yak all day. I can't believe it. I mean, it's just amazing. Amazing conditions there. I mean, just like you're sitting right here in the shack with me here, yakking back and forth.
Yeah, I guess we ought to let somebody else out there have the channel, although I haven't heard anybody key up over yet. I haven't heard you say anyone keyed up over me, so I guess we got a pipeline for whatever reason. I don't know how that works, but I guess that happens from time to time. But I'm going to go ahead and get back to work over here. I'm putting some seeds in the ground. I got a ditch that, you know, it fared pretty well over the rain, but of course it was a pretty new ditch, and the water that went down the ditch stopped anything that I had growing in there from growing and washed away all the seeds. So I got to go reseed it and rake in some seeds and get it watered and all that stuff. I know people think, why the heck are you going to water? It's just rain. But yeah, you got to keep the seeds wet and all that. We're going to get some rain tomorrow, I believe, so... Anyway, I figure I'd get this going, and once I get the grass growing in the ditch and it gets nice and thick, by the time we get some next rain, I think it'll be a whole lot less detrimental. So, anyway, I'm going to get my rear in gear, and we'll catch you back in a little bit. Take care, 7-3's Log Trucker. Have a good day. Motormouth Mall Mobile, getting on down.
All right, Motormouth Mall. Take care. Enjoy the day and the weekend. I look forward to bumping it down with you later. Your log trucker in the northwest corner just got down.
In fine style. All right, sounds good. Put it on you later on. Motormouth Mall Mobile, back way.
Excellent job, log trucker. What's that, Grandpa?
I said it's an excellent job. I've been enjoying you and Motormouth Mall's talk show out here. Both of you sound like you're right in my lap.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can probably hear both sides of the conversation being that close.
Oh, yeah, it's just like both of you just sitting right here in the room with me. And as Motormouth said, don't change a thing. If I was you, I wouldn't change nothing.
Yeah, like I was telling, you probably heard me tell John there, my definitely made me happy as a clam at high tide to have that back up and running. I don't like being a mud duck.
You're on a duck, no. I know what you mean. All right, in Log Turkey, I'm going to get out too, but I certainly enjoyed you and the Walls talk there. It was most interesting and very, very intelligible, good and loud, wide audio and all that. But anyway, you have a good day up there in Log Turkey. Oh, Grandpa, back yeah.
Hi, Grandpa. Yeah, sometimes I get carried away there, get talking about the old boat anchors and the old junk, and Lord knows I got plenty of that around here, so I just get carried away and enjoy yakking about that, especially with Motormouth Mall with the technology and everything he knows down there. He's a whole lot smarter up on that than what I am or what I'll ever be. All right, Grandpa. Hope you're also enjoying the weekend down there, too. Like I say, I'm going to get on out here, get in the cool-down mode for a bit. I'll put it on you later.
George, you got to cool that thing down. Okay, me too. We'll catch you later. Have a good day. God bless you and yours. Old Log Turkey, your grandpa, back yeah.
Before you did the thing there, Log Trucker, Jelly Belly with the wave.
Well, hey, good afternoon wave there, Jelly Belly. If I can ease on into your radio, I'm waving hello.
Oh, yeah. You right in the radio, no doubt about it. You seem like you're around the corner or something. But hello right back, my friend, and, yeah, go ahead and let that bad boy cool down. You're definitely doing one hell of a job over here on the Central Coast. All right, Log Trucker, just wanted to wave and say hey, hey, hey.
All right. I don't really need to let her cool down. It runs pretty doggone cool, but I'll just get out of the way and let somebody else have out her. I got to show my good CB etiquette, you know, let somebody else have a chance. Otherwise, they get tired of hearing me and they start dropping the mall on me there. I don't like that. All right, Jelly Belly, appreciate you bumping down saying hello, and I'll put it on you later. I'll see you.
And Log Trucker, I'm going to shut this gate off. I've had a gate rolling for a little while over here at the base. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing off. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm barefoot. That's a quarter watt right there. Log Trucker, Motormouth Mall, working this quarter watt on a 5/8 wave ground plane I got down. Breaker.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no strain, no pain. Motormouth Mall on the ground plane. Quarter watt, I think you said. Yeah, one of these days I'll be able to transmit as good as I can receive. That old skullcracker, I'll tell you what, that thing here is good. So, yeah, ain't no strain, no pain hearing you there, John.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'm going to shut this thing off, go back to work, but I will post this up on Facebook later tonight. And, yeah, we'll catch you later on. Have a good day. And hello, Jelly Belly, and Grandpa Jones, Motormouth Mall, stepping I got down.
Hello there, Motor. You said it all.
We're waving, Motor.
Waving right back there, Jelly Belly.
Joe. All right, my friend. Well, I'll let you as well get back to what you were doing. But other than that, you have yourself a mighty fine one. Jelly Belly back on the side.
10-4.
Hey, Log Trucker, I told him all one time he could turn the radio off and I'd still hear him.
Yeah, I know, that's right.
You got a big bang out of that. Yeah, I got you real good on the quarter watt. He's come down even further than that, but I don't remember. Maybe an eighth of a watt or something. Still hear him.
Yeah, I was hearing him, no strain, no pain, quarter watt in the ground plane.
Joel, I was just about ready to get out of here